Holy Pecs. Okay, showing you guys a album I recently purchased off of Facebook. Got this album for $23, which was actually a little annoying, to tell you the truth, just because I couldn't find $3. It says listed and then gives the year and then it says Griffey, but I don't know if that's what that was. But this guy had this album listed for a very, very long time, and I had saved it in one of my posts or one of my feeds, and I forgot to go back to it and look for it. And then I was kind of scrolling through some of my saved ones, saw he had it, so reached back. I think he had it listed for maybe $60 or $40 earlier, but he just kept bringing down the price. So finally brought it down to 23 and asked him if he still had it, and he said he did. So went and got it from him. He was just in the next town over, so it really wasn't a big deal. Like I said, the hardest part was just trying to find $3. I had the 20 all right, but just couldn't get the 3. Hold on one second. Let me turn off that light. All right, there we go. That's better. No glare off of the album. Trying to also get it because it's a double-sided album, so I want to make sure I can get all the cards in there. So what this is it's actually an album full of rookies. So only rookies. The pictures that were there was mostly early to mid 80s and then through some late 90s. So it spans the decade of the 80s and then goes into the 90s. So not huge names, or from the pictures that I saw, it wasn't like overly huge names. So, you get Jesse Barfield, kind of a mid-range player. Chili Davis, right, again, mid-range player for the 80s. I don't know who else you got. You got Brett Butler over there. Zane Smith from the Braves. And then, of course, you got Joel Skinner, who was a good catcher for a few teams, kind of a journeyman catcher. But let's see. But again, it's going to be, I think there should be some key names in here. But so you got Sean Dunston. There you go, Wax Packs, right? The Cubs catcher there with Billy Hatcher. Not a bad card. Kelly Hans Gruber. So again, no one huge right now. And I got to just keep shifting back and forth between them so we can get in all the pictures here. But Terry Francona. So a bunch from 82, 81, as you guys can see. And then some like mid-80s ones. So going back over here, no Cal Ripkins. So you got Von Hayes for what that's worth. Atlee Hamaker. Hamaker. And then who else? Anybody else big here? Dave Henderson. But again, mid-range guys, so nothing crazy. And then you get Devon White, who would have been a pretty good one back in the day. But you get two good ones right here. You get Greg Maddux, rookie from 87. Donruss, and also the Rafael Palmeiro. You get the Greg Maddux with like a pretty badass little preteen mustache he's got going on over there. But Devon White would have been a great one. Terry Steinbach would have been a good one back in 87. Even Randy Myers back in 87. That would have been a big one. But some two key ones right here. Let's see. Benito Santiago. That would have been a good one back in 87. Let's see. We got the Fleer going on here. Devon White again. Would have been another nice one. And Dave Magadan would have been good back in the day. But anybody else we got here? No one else too crazy on this one. Dave Magadan again, but let's see. Devon White again would have been a good one. And then you get the rookies for the 87 Donruss. This was a pretty good series. You get Fred McGriff there, Hall of Famer. So you get him. That's pretty nice. Here you got Paul O'Neill rookie card. I like that one. That's pretty good. You get a Joe Carter. That's his true rookie card, 84 Donruss, right? A lot of his other rookies are in 85 because I think that's when they first printed them out. But this is the rated rookie for Joe Carter here. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. Andres Galarraga, his rookie. That's another nice one. So there are some solid names here. I'm just going to take this Joe Carter one out for a second because I just want to look at that one. real quick. I mean, you look at a little off-center, right? A little thick on this side versus the other side, but looking around it, seeing no real marks on it. Again, just off-centering, but it's a solid card nonetheless for a Joe Carter rookie. I'm putting it back in. I'm going to tip that corner if I put it back in, so forget it. I'll keep it out. Don't want to ruin it. All right, who else do we got? We got Tim Tuffle. Great. No one else here. You get Joel Skinner again. Ron Darling, that's not so bad. You see him more announcing games, I think, on TBS and stuff like that. You had Sid Fernandez. That would have been a good one back in the day. Tony Fernandez, he had an okay career. All right. And then we're going back over to the 85 Donruss. Danny Tartabull, that was a good one for a long time. That was actually a really good rookie card to have. Billy Hatcher up there. And you got another Sean Dunston card. So plenty of Sean Dunston rookies for Wax Packs. He would be salivating right now. And then you get 86 Donruss, Danny Tartabull, right? So you get 2 rated rookies for Danny Tartabull in different years, right? But what can you do? I don't think this is a traded set, right? I don't think they would have had a rated rookie in the traded set or an updated set. Yeah, 27. So it's funny that they would have him as a rated rookie twice, but they do. Let's see. And then we got another Fred McGriff. So again, with Donruss, though, it's funny is because you have him in the 86 rated rookie, and then you go to 87, and they got the rookies card, and you get another one. So definitely you can see, like, there's multiple years here where you see guys in different cards. So now you got the Andres Galarraga, Paul O'Neill rookies again. Those are some nice ones. Let's see who else we got. Robbie Thompson. And this random Shea, Lagares? I don't know what his name is. Todd Worrell. He was a good closer for a long time there. That would have been a good one back in the day. You know what it was? This Toys R Us thing, I bet, oh no, I was just about to say, I bet they took out the key, maybe he took out the Mark McGuire or the Jose Canseco, but the Barry Bonds is there, so they kept that one. Maybe somebody else took out the other one, but yeah, the other big names are kind of taken out, so somebody definitely must have taken that out for a reason. You got Barry Larkin over there, so that's pretty good. And that's it. And now we go into 87 Topps, which I just opened a vending box of that one. So you get the Rafael Palmeiro rookie again. You get the Gold Cup card for Danny Tartabull. So 3rd year now. We got 85, 86, 87 covered. That's it. And oh, are these real? Are these reprints? I didn't know these would be in here. Rookie Stars of 1959. It looks real. Feels real. It's in excellent shape, which is, again, causing me pause. But, you know, it has some stuff on the front here, like some sort of stain, or like almost like a gum stain or a wax stain on the surface. But not bad. 2 1959 rookie cards up here. Not bad to do. I'm not going to put that one back in the album, and here, I'll take that one out too. Look at this one. I don't know if Jim McDaniel is, but a little tip corner here, and again, a little something on the surface to be expected for the year. But I mean, like, solid card, like not soft at all on the cardboard. So, pretty good shape. All right, well, that was a nice little surprise. I wasn't expecting to see anything vintage in there. Going back to the 87 rookies, nothing else there. You get Devon White again, another big name back in the day. Terry Steinbach was another good name back in the day. But let's see, anyone else? John Smiley, who never smiles. Let's see if there's any other key rookies. All right, here we got another Greg Maddux right? No mustache. He must have shaved it for that one. But another rookie for him. Another rookie for Rafael Palmeiro. So getting a bunch of them over the last couple of purchases. And let's see. It's a creepy smile from Lester Lancaster. Not a great name either. David Cohen rookie. That's not so bad. Anybody else? Now we're getting Matt Williams. That's a good one. Now we're getting into the 88 series, so we'll probably get some more. I was going to say Matt Williams. We got Mark Grace. Way off center. Look how thick that border is. Way off center. And then who else we got? Roberto Alomar, Hall of Famer. Again, a little thick on this side versus the other side. So some miscuts here. Anybody else? Devon White Gold Cup card, so not his rookie card, second year card for him. And a bunch of other Gold Cup cards. Rookies, 88 score. I think Tom Glavine would be the only one really that kind of, looks like we got him. Not yet though, hold on. Greg Jeffries, okay, that's not a bad one, or wouldn't have been a bad one back in the day. Not so much value today. I mean, not none of any of these cards, but Tom Glavine, rookie, so that's pretty good. Up there for the 88 score. Who else do we have? That's about it. So ultimately, we're still getting some good rookies here. Got another Mark Grace rookie. BJ Surhoff. Anyone else that I'm missing there? No one. Got Billy Ripken, no bat, so we don't have to worry about that. 88, the rookies, Fred McGriff again, right? So spanning 86, 87, 88 for McGriff rookie cards. Bobby Thigpen. So obviously a lot of these cards are, these guys have already been rookies, but Devon White, right? We've already got him established as a rookie. Let's see, Ken Caminiti, so that actually is his rookie year, 88. So there you got Ken Caminiti. I think he's is Ken Caminiti a Hall of Famer? I think he is. I can't remember. Then who we got here? We're going into 89 tops, so now we've already know that this is his second year card for Mark Grace. Definitely a second year card for Jay Buhner and a lot of these guys. But we got the Steve Avey draft pick. You got Robin Ventura draft pick, Jim Abbott draft pick. So those were good ones back in the day. There's still people who collect those guys. Not so much Greg Olson anymore, but he was definitely a hot commodity back in the late 80s, early 90s. Anybody else? We got the Future Stars. Gary Sheffield there as well. So the one thing is like with the Future Stars, you kind of look like there's the difference of where the Future Star is placed. So if you look at these two cards, it's hard to see like the way these cards are in the album. But there's like the Future Stars is lower on this one than it is here. So it's pushed up and then that one's down. So that's something people do look for. So just in case you are looking at your Future Stars card, check to see where those are printed, because sometimes they're lower and sometimes they're higher. But here we got 89 Donruss, and we got some really good cards here. So we got the Ken Griffey Jr. card, got Randy Johnson, and then you get Greg Jeffries again. So in 89, that would have been really good. And then you got Sandy Alomar there too. So not bad here with these two for sure. Really good cards there with Griffey. And then let's see, who else do we got? Someone called my phone and disrupted my video there. Let's see, who else do we have here? No huge names here. You got Kevin Brown. That would have been a good one back in the day. And then looking through, we got Sandy Alomar. Anybody else? All right, we got Gary Sheffield. That's a good name for 89. Tom Gordon, certainly, but never really panned out. Flash Gordon, he had some good years, but overall he kind of faded. You got Steve Avery down here as a rookie for 90 tops. 90 upper deck. Marquise Grissom, but nothing huge here. Oh, here we go. Got a nice Chipper Jones draft pick card. So that's a nice rookie there. We got any other ones for Chipper Jones? We got Frank Thomas in here? No. John Olerud, that's a good one. Let's see what else we got. Bob Hamlin. We got Juan Gonzalez. That's always good. Sammy Sosa, that would have been good. Another Robin Ventura. So Tino Martinez up there. So we got some notable names. You got David Justice, Ben McDonald, which was a good name back in the day. Chuck Knobloch, which was good back in the day, but obviously didn't pan out. But look at that. We got Frank Thomas here. So getting that in the album as well, that's pretty good. Any other Chipper Jones? Can we get greedy, get another one? That'd be pretty nice. Or even throw Frank Thomas in there. Let's see here. So you get Robin Ventura 91. What is it? Robin Ventura actually had... This is the corrected version. I think there was one where he actually had a black bar here, and then those were red. So those are clean. You got Larry Walker. David Justice, obviously, second year. And then you get into the 91 Donruss, which is not very exciting. Derek Bell. You get Tino Martinez again. We already just saw him in the 90 Upper Deck. Moises Alou. Now he's with the Expos. When his original card was with his rookie card was with the Pirates in 90. Yeah, nothing too fun to look at for the 91 Donruss. But here you got the Topps rookies. So 1990, you got John Olerud, Carlos Baerga. That would have been a good one back in the day. You got Sandy Alomar over here. Let's see, anybody else? Oh, nice. You get the Frank Thomas up here. That's pretty sweet. Robin Ventura, Larry Walker. So you're getting, this album has some solid rookies in it. I thought it was going to be mostly just kind of mid-level or lower level, mid-level rookies, but there's some good ones in here. And then 91, you get Baerga, John Olerud, so they're always a year behind, I guess, Toys R Us. Can't blame them, right? They're not a card company. Frank Thomas, that's pretty good. So actually got a few Frank Thomases. I think we got like three Frank Thomases in this album. Let's see, Larry Walker again. And then coming up to 91 Upper Deck, got Dave Justice up there. 91 Upper Deck. I don't know who it would be. Yeah, looking around, I don't think there was any key rookies there. I don't know Chipper Jones. Oh, yeah, I was just about to say maybe Chipper Jones, and there he is. So now you get his Upper Deck rookie card too. So that's pretty solid. And then rounding it out, Henry Rodriguez. Oh, Henry. People used to throw Henry bars on that candy bars when he hit a home run on the field. Todd Van Poppel, that would have been a good one. Mike Mussina, ending it out with him. Mike Mussina as the Hall of Famer. So not bad, right? So if we just recap real quick, Mussina over here for the 91 Upper Deck. You get Chipper Jones for the 91 Upper Deck. You get where were you, Frankie boy? You got Frank Thomas rookies for the 91 Toys R Us card, which isn't his true rookie, obviously, but still a nice card to have, like a little subset. Here you got the 1990 Rookies Topps card, 40th anniversary edition. So that's pretty cool, even though these were issued in 91, but still pretty cool to have that one. And there was a couple other little, I think Ken Caminiti was in there. You had Tino Martinez. You get another, where's the big one here? Yeah, Larry Walker, that's fine. But Frank Thomas again over here, getting his draft pick card. Coming back through, Sammy Sosa, that was fine. Juan Gonzalez, Roberto Clemente, that was fine. Olerud, that was fine. You got Chipper Jones, that's another key one. Gary Sheffield was a good one. What else did we have? And then we had Ken Griffey and Randy Johnson in the 89. That was another solid one. And you get Gary Sheffield over there. And then I think rounding it out, Ken Caminiti. I think what we have, did we have Mark Grace? Yeah, the Tom Glavine was a good one. And Mark Grace again. You had Greg Maddux, Rafael Palmeiro. You had a few of them in here. Of course, you had Fred McGriff in here a little bit. You had those 2 vintage cards that I pulled out from 1959, and then Joe Carter rated rookie that I couldn't put back without tipping. So, but in this, you got Rafael Palmeiro again. You had Barry Larkin, I think, in here somewhere. There he is. Barry Bonds, right? His rookie card there for Toys R Us, a year behind. And then, of course, you had things like Fred McGriff, Andres Galarraga, Paul O'Neill. So, again, overall, I'm pretty happy with the album. Not too bad. For 23 bucks, got a bunch of nice little rookies. And some I could probably pull out and add to the collections. And then I was actually most happy with most surprised with these 2 vintage cards. I really wasn't expecting those to be in there. So always nice to get some vintage when I'm not expecting it. But that's the album. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to have some more videos for you soon.